I guess we'll see what the demand is like. So, I mean, I think we're likely to do probably a quarter million a year. I think maybe more. Again, very much dependent on what the demand is like. I'd say it's a quarter million a year is a reasonable guess. And it might be 500,000. I don't know, but we'll make as many as people want.
So that was just a couple of years ago. That was Elon Musk very confidently saying they're going to be selling these Cybertrucks by the ton, almost literally. 250,000, maybe 500,000, very reasonable. And he also adds, it depends on what the demand is, which I looked into it, and that is actually what determines how much is sold. He's the genius they've always said he is. He's right, demand is what determines it. The issue is that, as is almost always the case, the things he says to get fanboys and media hyped up never turn out to be true. It's not released when he says it will. It doesn't cost what he says it will. And he doesn't sell as many as he says it would be reasonable to expect. In Q3 of this year, they've sold about 5,400 Cybertrucks. That is down 63% from just last year. They have sold only 16,000 overall so far this year. So a little bit shy of a 250,000 to 500,000. Now maybe they'll sell 500,000 in Q4. Probably not. It depends on demand, I think. But anyway, so he was wildly off in those predictions. And you know what happens when you as a CEO make these bold claims about timelines and costs and how many sales there'll be, and you are off by almost like exponentially wrong? They give you a possible pay package of $1 trillion. That's how the modern economy works out. You never need to be right about any of this stuff, and you'll always sell well. But anyway, when it comes to the Cybertruck, he appears to have come up with a little bit of a scheme. So sales numbers look really bad, and there's not much he can do to get people to buy the truck. They've already cut the price, and that hasn't really worked. And him personally pushing it isn't going to help, considering how few people in this country actually care about him anymore. So what he's decided to do is just buy the Cybertruck himself. As literally what he is doing. He has started selling unsold Cybertruck inventory to his own companies. SpaceX has taken delivery of hundreds of the trucks and is expected to receive thousands more. There is the possibility that that same thing will happen with Tesla. We know that XAI has had trucks delivered. And that's literally just like a computer. I don't even know what those trucks are for at this point. But this is one way to artificially juice the numbers. You just purchase hundreds or thousands, and then you transfer them to your companies. Now, that's not gonna make good on the 250,000 thing or anything, but it looks marginally better maybe to the board. Sharon, what do you make of this?
Once again, I say, America, look at your life. Here's a guy who can't accept losing. Okay, you lost. These spaceship things on wheels are so dumb. People don't want them. People don't like you, but you just can't accept it. And America won't let you accept it. So you just do what billionaires with privilege do. And so that's what Elon Musk is doing. He's peddling these pieces of machinery that are just so ugly and so dumb. And we're supposed to believe that he's a genius. He's the greatest. He's the smartest, an innovator. Doge. What was that chainsaw thing? He's a loser, okay? A repurposed loser. And by the way, if you work at McDonald's and your drawer is 10 cents short, I guarantee you they're coming for you. It's coming out of your paycheck, by the way. But this guy, well, he doesn't want to lose, so let's just change the rules.
He launches this thing that he personally champions. He makes these bold claims about it. It doesn't come true. The company's gonna lose billions of dollars on this. Or doesn't care. Doesn't matter. He takes months off, doesn't even do his job, just goes to Washington to screw over the taxpayer or something. Doesn't even have to show up to work. Who cares?
Making babies, isn't it weird? Posting online.
Yeah, he just posts all day long. I don't understand. He announces it. I say, and I'm not a genius, nobody's ever called me a genius. I say that's stupid, he should come out with a cheap Tesla instead. And I could have been wrong, right? I mean, it could have come out and every douchebag in America could have bought 2 or whatever, and it could have sold a bunch, but it didn't. So why does nothing come of that? Why all the critics, he never has to admit that he was wrong. Tesla's never had to admit it. His fanboys have never had to own up to the fact that his bet was wrong, his predictions were wrong. and the detractors were right. And they get to go on thinking that he's some kind of genius. I love that at least the myth has been exposed. Like, man, if you go back like 15 years, he wasn't tweeting as much. And everybody did think that he was some kind of genius. I'm doing a rewatch of the MCU. And so I was watching Iron Man 2, and I had to watch that cringy little cameo that he has. I recently watched in Big Bang Theory, his cringy little cameo that he had. When everybody thought, oh no, he's just this like cool, like visionary tech guy or whatever. And like, sure, he's making money hand over fist, despite the fact that the cars aren't selling. But at the very least, it's only his cultists now that actually think that. And that is at least one little silver lining.